All right, guys. So the video number 3 is uploading to YouTube right now. Um, and I've decided I'm going to go with graphite first. And now I was thinking about this while I was getting the video ready. And I was like, Chuck, if you want to teach them something, let's teach them working through these drawings in terms of building something complex. Instead of diving in there right now and going like, I'm going to get to some really complex scribble marks or whatnot, and you want to get an overall texture, why not go from establish an overall soft texture and then build it up? So that's what I was thinking. And so that's why I decided to go with the Conte. And with the compressed here, oh my God, Chuck, graphite bar. Because in the graphite bar, I can go in here and I can get this going. Now that little mark that happened right there, I look at that and I go like, how did that happen? I'm going to be, there it is again and again, and maybe that helps me. So I'm going to go in there soft, right? And you're going to find out something about this graphite bar. That the harder you press, the more metallic it looks like, right? But I know that, and I'm not sure if I want that, and if I want it, I'm not sure how I want it right now, because I'm just establishing the shapes in here by getting some value in there. So I look at that guy and I go, okay, I'm going to have to move this guy up because I want it up higher so I'm not fighting the bottom of the board. There we go. Okay, that works. Let's see. In here. We can get that there. That works. All right. A little bit of a triangle down here. And I'm going to, once again, I'm thinking about edges, how sharp they are. And here I have to go in with just as little bit of the surface as possible, and I get a different texture than up in here. So that makes me start to think, do I want that more like that? It'll probably be easier to take that and make it there and there. So again, I go up in there, and I go in here, and I'm not going to be lazy. And when I mean lazy, I'm going to move around. You guys, if you're working flat, you can move around the table. I'm on the easel, right? So I go in there. I also know I can go back in and erase to sharpen up those edges, right? Go there. Don't step on your camera. All right, there. I think the sun's coming through my studio door. Oh, sorry about that. All right, we'll leave that. I think you'll see it. There. There. Oh, Lord. I wish I was working flat. Anyway. All right. I also could go with this edge in here and work the narrower edge. All right. So there. I also think about this. I'm talking about setting up road markers and all, but sometimes road markers don't have to be so defined. Like, let's think general to specific, right? Take the idea of you're working the shapes, general to specific, the values, general to specific, and think about also applying that to how you work through the drawing, what you're aiming for. All right, so there I got that, right? A little bit of a smudge mark there. That's interesting. And I would go like, okay, I got pencil, so I got that overall thing there. Let's go like, okay, do I want to smudge it to make it even softer? I'm not sure. So I'm going to take this 4B, I'm going to be on the side, and I'm just coming up with a general idea about like something happening there. And I'm going to go in there. And what it's doing, it's not just sitting on top of the graphite you already put down. It's moving it around also, right? And this might take a while to build this up, right? So we'll think, okay, let's get a rough texture in there. That's what I like. I like this idea of a rough texture. And you know what else I like since I started doing this? I like this idea that as it comes down here, it's more of a gradient, like a rough gradient. Not a smooth gradient. I'd call that a smoother gradient. Grainy gradient, right? This one I want to be rough, right? So sometimes we say we need to fill in that shape, but I start to think about, what I was taught in school. thinking about how the whole is greater than the sum of the parts, and how every mark is just as important as each other mark. Every square inch as important as any other square inch. And I start thinking about how can I really get this to feel like it's active instead of just filling in, like it is playing a role in there. It's describing a texture, a rough texture. It's not just an afterthought or like an idea, a cheap idea. Oh, let's do this, and then, oh, okay, that looks good, when, oh yeah, it's not quite there yet. Right? And it just sits back. So I go, okay, there. Now I'm going to go up in here. I'm going to go, I like this idea, which means I got to push this darker, right? And, oh, I'm going to show you a trick, which you're allowed to do, but you guys, if you're working flat, once again, you walk around. I'm just going to turn this drawing upside down. All right, so there. There. And there. And really quick, I'm going to turn it upside down so I can work that bottom shape. Get in there. There we go. Uh-oh. Oh, this easel's a pain in the neck. All right, there we go. All right, and I'm going to work in here. And I'm going to press. And I'm working a 4B, and if I can find my 6B, maybe I'll work with that, which, no, that's a 2B. But who said I can't go back in with the graphite bar again, right? To see what happens. And you know what I'm going to do? I like this. I like this idea right here, where these marks are a little bit more pressed and more about the point of the pencil, where the marks up above are on the side of the graphite, right? So I got this idea, and I'm going to keep working this. I'm trying to make the marks look like they're really important, like they're really activating this rectangle, right? Now my point is starting to soften out, which is fine. And I'm in there, and I go there, and I don't know how much time we have left on the video, but I'm going to go there, and let's turn it over to see what happens. And I go there, and there. Let's get this tape back up again on the side there, and there. All right, there we are. Can you see that? I hope I don't have to reshoot this again. Nope, there it is. All right, there. So I go, okay, there. How much time?